Welcome everyone. Today we'll be building a simple React app that displays a list of people whose birthdays fall on today's date. We'll also implement a Clear All button to remove the list. This will give us a chance to cover JSX, the useState hook, and how to filter data. First, we need to create the logic that will filter out the people who have their birthdays today. We create a variable called today that holds the current date using new date. We format today's date as a string in MMDD format. This is stored in today formatted, where today.getMonth, +1 gets the current month, adding 1 since months are 0 indexed, and today.getDate, gets the current day. We use the filter method on the people array. This method goes through each person in the array and applies a function that checks if their birthday matches today. For each person, we convert their date of birth, DOB, into a date object using const DOB equals new date, person.dob. This allows us to work with the DOB in date format. We compare the formatted DOB formatted, to today's formatted date, today formatted. If they match, it means that the person's birthday is today, and they will be included in the birthdays today array. Finally, we return the birthdays today array, which now contains only those people whose birthdays are today. Now that we have our birthday logic, let's set up the main application. Inside the app component, we call useState, data, to initialize our state. We call the birthday logic function and pass in the people array. This function returns a new array, birthdays today, which contains only the people whose birthdays are today based on our earlier logic. In the return statement, we render a main element. We use an h2 tag to display the count of today's birthdays. The conditional logic ensures proper pluralization. If there's only one birthday, it doesn't add an s, otherwise, it does. We render the list component, passing the filtered birthdays today array as a prop. This allows the list component to know which people to display. We include a button that, when clicked, will clear all entries from the people array. This is done using the setPeople call, which sets the state to an empty array. We define a functional component called list that takes people as a prop. This prop will contain the array of people with today's birthdays passed down from the app component. Then, in return statement we check if the length of the people array is greater than 0. If it is, we proceed to render the list. This ensures that we only display the list if there are birthdays to show. We use the map method to iterate over each person in the people array. For each person, we destructure the properties ID, name, age, and image. Inside the map method, we return an article element for each person, which serves as a container for their information. Each article has a unique key attribute set to ID to help React identify which items have changed, are added, or are removed, optimizing performance. Inside each article, we render an img element that displays the person's image, with alt text set to the person's name for accessibility. We include a div that contains an h4 for the person's name and ap tag to display their age. And that's it. We've built a simple birthday reminder app. We created the logic to filter birthdays, set up our main application to display that information, and created a component to show the list of birthdays. Now you can customize this app further, maybe by adding notifications or styling it to look nicer. Thank you for joining me today, and happy coding.